Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Joe, and I am a weapon of mass instruction. And I tried out editing. I'm not a big fan of editing stuff. Fucking going second by second throughout an entire video clip, and figuring out what I want to pull and what I want to leave in, and this, that, and the other thing is just ridiculous. Somebody's having a party up the hill. What am I doing? I am right now tightening down polymer magazine clip, I should say. Not really a pouch. Damn. Oh, I guess that's as much as I can expect. See, it's holding two 40 caliber magazines for a Beretta 96A1, which I have here. The video I was making 2 nights ago now lasted for about 22 minutes, and I tried editing it. I got about halfway through and I got fucking pissed off. But this is it. It's a pretty much the same frame as the Beretta 92 FS, but the A1 series has the Picatinny rail underneath. This particular model has a full 5-inch barrel, which is pretty sweet. Should I have really bought it? I don't know. I heard about the Colorado shooting as I was buying it, but it's a really good quality gun. The gun by itself would have costed about $800, but between the gun, the mag pouch, the holster I got for it, the ammo, it all came out to just over $800. So I got a pretty sweet deal, and it is brand new. Thing is like a dream with that full 5-inch barrel and the rail on it, a little bit forward heavy, so you feel less recoil than you should by normally shooting a 40 cal. So it kicks more like a 9, which is really sweet. The holster I got is a Black Hawk paddle holster, I think they call it. It's an ambidextrous style. There's Velcro on both sides, so you can change out where the thumb brake sits and where the belt clip is. So you can choose whether you want in the pants or outside the pants carry. So that's pretty nice. And you can switch it for left-hand or right-hand shooting. You can have it behind your back, whatever you want to do. As for me, I'm just leaving it outside the pants on my left hip, and I'm going to leave it that way. I'm going to fucking open carry. Why? Because I can. Because I want to make a statement that I'm not giving up my fucking right to carry. I'm not giving up my fucking right to bear arms, to own firearms. So I heard about the Colorado incident, Aurora, Colorado, just outside of Denver. It was at Century 16. Was the name of the theater. I bet you the vast majority of Americans don't even know what happened. And it's kind of funny. Not the event itself, that really is horrible, believe you me. But the funny thing is, this happened literally a week before freaking Obama's supposed to sign the UN's gun ban treaty. So, funny coincidence? I think not. People have already started making connections. I haven't been on YouTube in a good couple of days. I've been doing other stuff. I'm playing with my new computer, setting it up, and I got into Facebook. I invited some of the people on my friends list on Facebook to this event that's going on. It's basically a protest against the government trying to take our Second Amendment rights away, which is exactly what's going to happen. That's what they're going to try to do. And this is going to be my form of silent protest, simply exercising my right blatantly in front of everybody. I don't care who's freaked out about it. You know, if they're terrified because I'm exercising my rights as a U.S. citizen, really? Fucking tourists. Anyway. So this guy goes into the theater wearing a gas mask, throws a gas grenade, like CS gas or tear gas or something like that, and proceeds to mow down moviegoers with By reports, an assault rifle and a shotgun, as well as he had a 40 caliber Glock and possibly a 9mm Glock. The news reports are sketchy at best, though. Reason why I say that is simply the moment I see something inaccurate with what they're portraying, as far as like the obvious things, like they're trying to display an assault rifle, but they put up a picture of a freaking Smith & Wesson M&P 1522. So if anybody knows what the 1522 magazine looks like, it's plastic, and you can see the mag spring on the inside because it's a freaking 22. It's not a 223 or a 556. But that's what they showed, trying to show everybody what an assault rifle is. No. That's a fucking little rinky-dink carbine. It's only good for killing squirrels and paper. What's the point? So if that's what the guy had, and he was able to kill freaking 12 people with that, then that's crazy. But I have a feeling he had a full-blown AR-15. It's great. Most people don't even know the freaking difference between an AR, an AK, you know, an assault rifle or a machine gun. People all over calling it a machine gun. It's not. But anyway, back to that story. This guy, he busts in, he starts mowing people down, apparently only stopping to reload, and then at some point, he just stops shooting and calmly walks out. Like, who the fuck does that? If I was going to start doing something crazy like that, I wouldn't stop until I ran out of ammo. And then I'd probably start freaking butt-stroking people. Like, if that was my objective, why would I stop arbitrarily? Then he goes into the freaking parking lot and he waits for the cops. Alright, now, quick disclaimer there. I'm not a freaking psycho. I'm not going to start murdering people. That's just stupid. Alright, but apparently he goes out in the parking lot and he waits for the cops to show up. What the fuck? They reported on his background. They're saying basically he was a quiet kid, 24 years old. He was going for a degree in was it neuroscience. So he was like an honors student. He had a couple of good friends. He was quiet. He was well-mannered. Nobody freaking really bothered him. He didn't bother anybody. And he was studying to be a freaking brain surgeon. Alright, so one, where the fuck did he find the time to practice with one of these? Now, to be fair, he was using a shotgun as well in a crowded theater, so he probably didn't have to aim too much, but it does take a little bit of practice to learn how to operate those. It's not like in the movies where you pick up any gun and you're just like, you're good to go the moment you pick it up. Like, most people don't even realize where the safety is on firearms until they actually get a decent amount of training. You know? So where the fuck did he get the time to learn how to do it? Much less the energy. If he was studying for freaking brain science, like, I'm no college student, but I imagine it's going to take a lot of study to do it. So if he's doing all that studying and going to class and all of that extracurricular activities, like apparently he did a lot of online role-playing games like World of Warcraft or something. So if that's what he does in his free time, like, I'll tell you what, when I was hooked on that shit, I did not want to do anything but that shit. How the fuck? But people are seeing connections, and I've been seeing some of the connections too. The official line is he thought he was the Joker, but he was wearing a gas mask, and that's what Bane wears. So, freaking A, they fucked up the characters in the first place, and B, like, that's just stupid. Anyway, it's like the most obvious thing, and it's obviously there to throw people off this scent. Connection number one, the guy's name is Holmes, spelled the same way as in Sherlock Holmes. And when the cops arrested him, he mentioned there were explosives and chemical devices at his residence. So if anybody can make a connection, Sherlock Holmes lived an apartment 13B, Baker Street, London. London, 13. Explosives, chemical attack. How about that? Aurora was the name of the town, which, I wonder if I can do anything while I'm doing this. Is it still playing? Yes, okay. I'm doing a quick search now for, let's see, Google Maps. great at typing. Okay, Aurora, Colorado, and what I'm thinking of is Roswell, New Mexico. And apparently the Roswell incident was actually halfway in between Roswell and somewhere else. So how far away is Aurora to Roswell, New Mexico? Alright, well, Aurora is in Denver. It's one of the suburbs there. You got to the south, Colorado Springs, Cannon City, Carson City, Fort Carson is there, Santa Fe, New Mexico, Los Alamos. Roswell is all the way down to the bottom of New Mexico. But I thought I remembered Aurora being mentioned. Alright, well that might not be a good connection there. But it's worth a look. At least I figured it out. But I mean, the obvious London connection associated with a chemical or explosive attack, Aurora immediately made me think of Project Bluebeam, which is holographic and mind control in nature, as well as Aurora, you know, always, for whatever reason, always reminds me of like aliens and shit like that. So that could be another connection to London. The gas mask, and the guy was obviously not acting in his own head. Like what? Who goes on a killing spree without making some explanation and leaving it where people could see it after he was gone, dead, or arrested? Like, even the freaking Columbine kids, which happened in Colorado, even the freaking Columbine kids, they left freaking shit in their apartment, diaries and freaking journals and, you know, video recordings of them doing all this shit, of getting ready to lay waste. And this guy did none of that. The cops found nothing to link this guy to what he was doing. All right. The kicker is he bought the guns legally, apparently, from what they reported. So because of that fact, now, you know, of course, the mass media is going to jump on this shit, and they're going to say, "Wow, let's ban more guns because people are unsafe now." No, you know what? If people were fucking exercising their Second Amendment right in that theater, this guy would not have been able to do what he did. All right, that's what it comes down to. Don't take more of our guns away from us. Don't remove our Second Amendment rights. Give us total freedom of our Second Amendment. That's a good start. Start reversing the process of slavery that you began. Anyway, where was I? Fucking crazy connection. Right, gas mask. Denver International Airport. The mural. It showed a guy wearing a gas mask with an assault rifle. It looked like a cross between an AK and an AR, which is kind of funny. Obviously, the mural guy didn't know what he was doing. He was just being told to draw this shit. Okay, so he's like friggin' in the process of laying waste in the middle of a gas attack while there's a freaking gun ban or some sort of Holocaust going on with all these women like crying and screaming on the sides. I'm going to look that up too right now while I'm at it. Images. Denver International. Alright, and the rainbow. And I know the Knowledge Vault has made this connection before this even happened. The rainbow is there. Here we go. I don't have that screencast-o-matic thing yet, but, you know, you guys have already seen this. Here's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a guy with a gas mask, looks like a freaking Nazi, pretty much, dressed to kill. He's got an assault rifle with a bayonet and a scimitar piercing a dove. Dove could possibly be a symbol of Christianity. I know the fish is, but I remember seeing the dove as a symbol of grace back as a kid. The chemtrail turning into the fucking rainbow, ruins of buildings, the swirl at the bottom leading to people that look like they're dead, all these women that are suffering with their kids and stuff. Alright? And the rainbow. Fucking kiss the rainbow. It crosses right behind his head. And here we go. Somebody, this guy on zazenlife.com/2012/07/21/the tac Colorado tac movie tac theater tac shooting tac strange tac coincidences / all right. This guy's name is Diesel Pokers, and he already made the connection because he did the freaking an article about the mural at the Denver International Airport. Aurora is what? A rainbow. So it's a mind control freaking rainbow. He's showing all these subliminal messages and shit that are displaying like destruction of a stadium. The fact that the guy says the fact that the Denver International Airport is extremely close in Colorado to where the shooting happened is his favorite detail. Where? Let me go back to that map. Yeah, map. Suck. There we go. And it happened in Denver. It's obviously not too far away from the airport. I'm looking at maps, so it would probably be easier for me to do it on my mobile right now. Fuck am I? Alright, there we go. Sorry, I'm kind of still getting used to all this stuff because I haven't had an actual computing device in a while other than mobile phone. That touchscreen is so easy to get used to. I'm not seeing it, but Boulder, Colorado, that's on the other side of the Breckenridge. I heard about Breckenridge. What's that Breckenridge? Fuck, I don't know. Alright, it's not showing it here. Search bar. National Airport. So Aurora is basically in the center of Denver to the right side. Denver International Airport, which even on the freaking Google Maps setup, which is like all abstract and shit, it still looks like a fucking swastika. Yeah. Looks to be about 10 to 15 miles northeast of Aurora. Like, literally, you take 2 roads and you're there. Fucking crazy shit. So there's all these connections between this Aurora shooting in Denver, the mural, and the London Olympics. And there's the obvious connection of it's there to push the fucking gun ban agenda. Alright? I'm going on 20 minutes again. But don't get me wrong, I'm fucking sad about it. You know, it sucks that people that were doing nothing but watching a movie ended up getting killed, and a lot of them injured. But like, what's more horrible about it is the fact that it's obviously somebody was either mind controlling this guy, like MK Ultra or freaking Silent Sound style, all right, or he was possibly hired to do it, all right, like something of that nature. There's so many fucking connections to all this other stuff. Like, it's not just some dude went crazy. There was something behind it. It was fucking pushing this agenda, ultimately Agenda 21, which they will not be able to implement if we still have any of our rights, as in our gun ownership rights. They won't be able to do it while we still have this. You understand? Like, as long as we have the ability and the will to defend ourselves and our freedom, our way of life, then they will not be able to implement Agenda 21 and their depopulation program. So this right here, like, it's horrible, but it's fucking small potatoes compared to what's coming. We're going on, today's the 21st, we're going on 6 days and counting before Obama will sign the UN treaty. I guarantee it. I guarantee they're lying through their teeth about it not affecting our gun rights. All right. I guarantee that he's going to bypass Congress and he's going to put it into an executive order or use the other executive order, which already allows him to legislate laws from outside the United States, as in he signs a treaty, he can pass that law here without touching Congress, without touching the Senate. How's that? He's going to fuck us all over. He's going to sign our lives away. And a lot of people out there, like, their first thought is going to be, well, he's going to cause a civil war if he does that. No shit. But you know what? Think about it. Civil war. Half of the United States fighting the other half. All right. And the way the gun laws are set up, there's a lot of states that have decent gun laws, like Pennsylvania, sitting right up next to states that have Nazi gun laws, like Jersey and New York. All right. And freaking what's going to happen is there's going to be mass chaos. And that's exactly what they're going to want. They've been preparing for either natural or unnatural disasters for a good long while. 95% of the operating budget of FEMA was used for fucking continuation of government. All right? And then the rest was used for fucking these camps and what little was left over, extra generators and supplies. Okay? These guys were obviously preparing for this shit for a good long while. They want it to happen. One way or the other. Georgia Guidestones, fucking Agenda 21, fucking depopulation. You know what? And you can argue too that the rich and powerful people that may or may not be behind the government, they are. Okay? They've been pulling the puppet strings for over 100 years now. Well over 100 years. They are in charge. And they do want this to happen. And for everybody who wants to argue, well, they're going to lose all their money. No, they're not. Do you really think they're going to put all of their assets on the stock market in this fictional currency that they invented themselves, knowing what would happen? Okay? Do you think? Like, it's not simply a matter of history repeats itself. In one respect it is, but these guys want it to repeat itself. They want a gigantic economic depression. All right? They have physical assets. They have gold, silver. They have power grids to themselves. They have sources of food. They have all the supplies they need to survive. Like, you want to look at who's the ultimate prepper? Look at the fucking global elite and some of the shit they're doing. They don't need the guns because they've got this staff of people. They're going to promise them safety in exchange for ensuring their own safety. Okay, they have their own little private fucking armies, basically, is what it comes down to. They are not being held to national or international law. Okay? Like, this is not cool. This is exactly what they want. They don't need the paper money. That was the illusion for us. Like when the government seized gold, and the reason for that was because they needed to make sure they had the gold reserve to prevent an absolute depression. Well, the depression happened anyway, and nobody got their fucking gold back. And meanwhile, the value of the dollar has been declining ever since then. Getting the picture? All right, if these guys seriously wanted the economy to do well coming up, then back in the frickin' 60s, they would not have killed JFK, because JFK wanted to bring in a gold and silver standard. 2 physical assets, not just one, so that if something happened to the one or the other, they could still fall back and we would all have our money, because it was being backed by actual resources. That's what would have happened. One of the many things that would have happened. And he was... Alright. Fuck! It's that Katy Perry song. Fucking idiots partying. They have no idea what the fuck it means. You could probably hear it on there, but alright. I'm gonna cut it off now. I'm done ranting. You know, long story short, it sucks that it happened. I feel bad for the loss of life. You know, I feel more bad that these people are a victim of the government, is what it comes down to. You know, they are a victim of the people that are ultimately responsible for pushing this agenda. You know, just like when I was doing that one video, I was talking about the freaking drone strikes. You know, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Libya, all those places where we don't have to actually live, where all we have is like images and videos. It's really just like that. They turned the guy into a fucking drone and they struck out against innocent people. And you know what? Like, the objective of the drone wars are freaking, you know, to destroy all these terrorists. Well, for one thing, they're making more terrorists over there. And for another, they're killing so many innocent people around these supposed terrorists. You know, with as little as a 50% rating in terms of identification and assessment. Like, are they or are they not a terrorist? They're only 50-50 sure. So what are they going to do? Flip a fucking coin on it? You know, they're pushing the same agenda. It's multiple fronts, the same fucking war on freedom. That's what they're using. They're using all their assets. They're pulling out all the stops, and it's a war on freedom. Y'all stay safe. I'll come back at you with maybe some good stuff pretty soon. I'll talk a little bit more in depth about the Beretta 96A1 that I got. Can't really afford it as much as I assumed I would, but you know what? I'm not giving it up. I'm happy I got it. Peace, everybody.